Hey everybody, it's JWitz here, and today I wanted to share my thoughts on the recent Fire Emblem Nintendo Direct. As a big fan of the franchise, I was honestly pleasantly surprised when I learned that this was even happening. I love Nintendo Directs, and even if it's just a small update every now and then like this one, I think fans are always hyped in general to get more information on multiple games in this format. I had two expectations for this Direct. One was more news about the recently announced Fire Emblem Warriors, and two was more news about the already announced mobile title. So when they opened the Direct guns blazing, like, hey, check out this new Fire Emblem 3DS game, it's a massive remastering of Fire Emblem Gaiden and it's coming in just 4 months, I was pretty hyped. Fire Emblem Echoes is a full reimagining of this ancient early 90s game, complete with free roaming, open leveling, and dungeon exploring. I make this comment on my streams a lot, but I'm really fond of some of the older Fire Emblem games. While I do admit that I still enjoy the newer Fire Emblems, or waifu emblems as I call them, with their endless rosters and matchmaking, I really do enjoy the more serious, feudal style that some of the older games have. Speaking of style, the new visuals really look great, from the subdued colors, to the art direction, to the produced cutscenes. This is the perfect way to introduce an older game to the series to newer fans, and it's also the perfect way to kick off the Direct. Okay, but hold up, they already have Almond Celica ready to go for amiibos? R.I.P. Smash Bros. Core and Amiibo. Not like I was trying to collect all the Smash Amiibo or anything. After that, they also dropped some pleasant news. A main series Fire Emblem game will be coming to the Switch in 2018. I know this is a pretty hollow statement with zero assets whatsoever, but hey, it's something. A Switch Fire Emblem would probably blend everything I love about the console games with the portable titles. It just seems like an overall good sign for the series' health as a whole. They then moved to the games that I expected from this presentation. They comically said that we'd see new footage from Fire Emblem Warriors, and we ended up getting like 5 new seconds of footage. The art style looks good, and honestly, Fire Emblem is the perfect game to get the Warriors treatment. There are so many characters over the years from so many titles that you could include, and it already fits the Dynasty Warriors theme quite well. Also a fun surprise is that the game will also be on new 3DS units as well, so it won't even be a Switch exclusive. I know some people are upset that it's new 3DS only, but knowing how poorly Hyrule Warriors Legends ran on non-new branded systems, this is probably the correct call. I still want to see more from here though, and I was surprised we didn't see much gameplay for a game that's supposed to be coming this fall. And finally, almost half of this Direct went towards talking about the new Nintendo mobile title, Fire Emblem Heroes. While the free-to-play mobile scene isn't exactly the best place ever for core gamers, I've enjoyed both Pokémon Go and Super Mario Run lately, and I'm optimistic about Nintendo's future there. Fire Emblem Heroes seems like a decent, light Fire Emblem experience with potential to have basically every character ever from the series in it. I can't even count them all, but it looks like Heroes is pulling from just about every game in the franchise for available people that you can play as. The new art and voice acting seems solid, giving the game more polish than I would have expected. In battle, the style morphs to chibis, which honestly looks pretty cute, and it is a fun return to 2D battles, which we haven't seen for a while. The only thing I'm not a huge fan of here are the tiny on-screen maps. I'm curious how much tactical strategy you'll be able to fit onto these. In theory, the map that you see here is just the full map, always one screen. Another interesting thing to note is that the series' classic permadeath won't be a factor in this game, but I'm honestly not too shocked. The money you'll spend in this game is going to be completely tied to opening up gacha-style packs to try and find your favorite Fire Emblem waifus and husbandos, similar to many other popular Japanese mobile titles on the market. It doesn't look insanely deep, but as someone who's hopelessly addicted to the franchise already, I'll definitely be picking this up and giving it a shot on day one. Altogether, I just feel like this is a great point in the Fire Emblem franchise, with titles that should make new-age 3DS fans, as well as older Fire Emblem historians, happy at the same time. Remember when the first 3DS Fire Emblem was going to be the final game in the series if it didn't sell well enough? Now all of a sudden there's 4 new games on the horizon. I can't believe it. But come on, what's a guy gotta do to get Advance Wars back, though? I hope that we can see more mini-directs like this, and in general, I hope that we can see a revival of more Nintendo franchises the same way Fire Emblem has succeeded in the last 5 years. F-Zero? Metroid? Whatever's on the horizon, there's a ton of Nintendo stuff happening right now, and I'll see you guys next time with more Nintendo content.